6 waiting. Normally there is some lag between this and the YouTube. Yes, we are live. Okay. So hi guys. As we already know that CAT result is out almost 15 days before the actual matlab, what was expected in fact. I mean, normally यही होता है that when CAT says that it will be out in let's say 9th or 10th, so 4 or 5 days पहले दे देते हैं, but इस बार तो थोड़ा actually surprise दे दिया है. So we have Dibyanshu with us. Dibyanshu Gautam. Hi Dibyanshu.
Hello, sir.
Hi. So we are collecting the data of the toppers, and first name came up of Dibyanshu. So I thought that let's start with him also only. So yeah, Dibyanshu, can you just tell me a brief about yourself to the learners? Many are live.
Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Dibyanshu. I am an engineer by profession. I currently work as a software engineer in an MNC, and yeah, my hobbies include reading books, which is very important for cat, I would say. And yeah, for me, I don't think I'll ever forget this day. I mean, it's unexpected, first of all, to get the results so early, and that too, with a little cherry on the top with the percentile. So I'm really happy today.
Correct. So are you a gem?
Yes, I'm a gem.
Okay, good, good. All right. So can you briefly tell about your strategy while taking exam also, and then we'll talk about study plan also for the next year, right? So
Yes. I would say the strategy was simple. Since I was working, I had to divide my time very judiciously because there was no scope of wasting time at all. So, and I think as everyone would have informed you since so long that giving mocks is very important in order to understand where your weaknesses lies. So regularly, I think for first few months, I tried to first complete my syllabus thoroughly, gain that knowledge so as to perform well in mocks. And once I think till June or July, I was able to complete my syllabus, and then after that, it was just a flurry of mocks that I had to give, and then to pick point my weaknesses each time I gave my mock, and then work on it, and then reset and go again with the mock again. So these things were basically what my strategy was. There was no particular section which I felt that I was lacking in, so I had to keep it multi-directed. So I gave focus equally to all the three sections and not to a particular section. And yeah, I think mostly this has been the strategy that I have been following for since January, I would say.
and you started the preparation at which month?
Since January, yes.
In January.
I yes.
All right. And what is your strongest area amongst the three?
It's a funny thing, but my strongest area was my quant, and surprisingly, I have the lowest score in quant. So yeah, I mean, cat is a box full of surprises, I would say.
Definitely, definitely. Or every time, every time. Sort of what we expect, कि this is my best, and you get a better percentile in other section, right?
Yes,
So it's
yes,
kind of a thing that it's in a way happy feeling also, right?
yes,
क्लास
I would say that.
एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं था वहां से आ गया डेफिनेटली राइट कि स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट नहीं था बट वीकेस्ट से आ गया फॉर एग्जांपल दैट वाज द केस आई मीन
That is
कंपेयर
actually true because LRDI, I was most scared for LRDI at the time. So I had slot two. So
oh
I would say a little bit lucky there, not very much. But yeah, after hearing everyone's review from the slot one, I was like, LRDI, something is going to be It's like something is going to happen. It's going to be big. But
yeah
surprisingly, it was the best section for me.
I think वो there was one DA section सेट ना उससे वो
Correct, correct.
कंपैरेटिवली इजी हो गया, दैट्स व्हाई
Yes, yes, yes.
स्कोरिंग में भी इफेक्ट आया है. सो फॉर स्लॉट टू एलआरडी व्हाट वी हैव हर्ड दैट 5 मार्क्स का डिफरेंस आया है
Correct.
रनर्स, राइट? सो दैट इज द रीजन आई गेस. मे बी पॉसिबल कि वो आपका थर्ड स्लॉट में भी रहा हो, बिकॉज दैट वाज आल्सो हैज वन डीआई सेट इन दैट, बट मॉर्निंग स्लॉट में कोई नहीं था. दैट वाज द केस, राइट? So this was your first attempt?
Yes, yes. This is my first attempt.
Okay, good, good. Right. So now if someone is starting preparing for CAT 2023 now, right? So what should be the study plan? I mean, at what month he should or she should start, and how to go about the study, right? What to do,
Yes.
when to do.
Sir, I think this is a very subjective thing. Many people would be like, currently, they would feel that they are at a stage where, they don't need that much kind of a preparation yet. But I would suggest that even if you are at that stage, I think it's better to, condition yourselves as soon as possible so that you are in a flow whenever you are entering that phase, that important phase of giving mocks. So like for me, I didn't have any problem with quants, but when I joined an academy and when I started doing classes, I realized that there's always a better way to solve each problem. So there's no one single correct solution, and like everybody can solve any problem in a very different way. And you would be surprised to know that there's so many ways to solve a particular problem. So you may know it, but there's always a better solution out there. So our mentality should be that we have to get to that position that we are able to solve quickly, because it's all about time. It's all about time and stress, cat, I would say. So if you're able to start your preparation early, that's fine, that's really great. But what's important here is that even if you start early, you need to have that perseverance, right? Because many people, they start early and then they burn out in few months. So I would
Definitely.
say, don't over burden yourself in the early months, कि ये भी कर लूंगा वो भी कर लूंगा. Don't do that. Just keep that flow, do things regularly, and you'll be able to crack it. It's not a problem.
Correct, correct, definitely. But yeah, so after studying and all, when the concepts are clear, so definitely mocks and strategy of mocks will be the thing which one should focus on, right? Because
Yes.
different things. So we know everything, but converting that into score or percentile, that's different ballgame, I guess.
Correct.
Right. So I'm audible.
Yeah, yeah, you're audible, sir.
So I'm asking, do you have work also, or you are a fresher?
I have WorkX. So as of now, I have 17 months of WorkX.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, According to your study plan, right? What is your, I mean, the daily schedule rather, that I
Yes.
mean, for one day you give so many hours for LRD or something like that, or maybe one full day for LRD and like that. I mean, what do you do?
Okay. So my daily plan included, since I was a working individual, so the hours are very less. So my shift times are usually, it starts from 10 and it ends at 7, I think. So I used to wake up early. This has been my routine since a year. So I used to wake up very early, most probably by 7 or 6:30, and I used to do quants every day, just calculative based quants each and every day till my shift starts. And after that, I used to pick two subjects every day. It can be any subject, so VARC or LRDI one day, and the other day maybe LRDI and quants. And along that is like a practice wala thing. And then after that, we would have regular classes with an academy also. So I used to attend those classes. And then in weekends, it's like you have a free time, so you can accordingly plan, and whatever you feel that you want to do, you can do it. It's just that you have to give equal importance to each section, I would say.
Correct, definitely. Okay, so when you started giving mocks, let's say for the first mock, right? If you can remember that, what percentile in the first mock that you gave?
Okay. First mock, I would say I had, so it was an old mock, if I remember it correctly. It was according to the 2020 pattern, and I scored around 97, I would say.
Okay, so across all the mocks, your percentile was varying or approximate only, or is it increasing?
So it varied. It did vary a lot, but I would say it didn't. I think the lowest I have scored is around 93 or
Okay.
94 percentile.
So how do you feel? I mean, so this question is important for us because when they started uh, taking mocks, right? So
Hmm.
they got disheartened because of less percentile, and then they thought that कि हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा, and let's forget it. Yeah, डूबने लग जाते हैं, whatever may be the reason, right? I think आपका जो when you scored less, right? So उस टाइम क्या psychology थी और क्या आपने सोचा, and how to overcome that? That will be beneficial for the student, right? If you
Yes,
can share.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in such situations, when you get low marks, first of all, you have to realize that it's not the actual cat. Okay, we still have time, and I think somebody had told me this quote, which has stuck into my mind, that even like, अगर गलती नहीं करेंगे तो सीखेंगे कैसे? So that's very important, because अगर आप गलतियां ही नहीं करोगे, अगर if you get 100 percentile in each and every mocks, then you're not able to get your weaknesses. And I think it's very important that this time when you get a low score, to learn from it, because you'll have a lot bigger scope to learn from. So agar aapke scores kam aa rahe, if you are feeling down, then it's okay. For few days you would feel bad, but then what's important is to get back up again as soon as possible. Find out the weaker areas, find out why the situation was like this. Like personally, I had a lot of issues with my anxiety, because a lot of the time I used to see the timer and I used to panic a lot. And it was like, I couldn't move my hands or something like that. So it was really tough for me, to condition myself in that place ki, no, it's an exam and I have to focus. So to increase that focus, so this was my major weakness which I had to work on. But I'm sure there are many other people who would have different kinds of stories and different kinds of weaknesses. But what's important is that, and what's common with all of them, is that they didn't give up at that time. They worked on it. They keep on working on it continuously, and now they are at a stage when they got good results. So I think it's very important to have perseverance and patience when you're working, when you're doing cat preparation. I think these two are really important if you are a serious cat aspirant.
Correct. Definitely. I missed some points because of, I think, some net problem is. So, but yeah, I guess the learner got the point. Yeah. चलिए. So how are you feeling now?
Abhi initial rush ke baad, I was like, I could have scored more. I was in that mindset, but then I connected with my educators from an academy, and then
I was taking. I think I
yeah,
have
please
a
go ahead, sir.
network issue. Just let me check. Is it okay with the learners or not? I was taking. I think I
Yeah,
have
please
a
go ahead, sir.
network issue. Guys, is everything okay? I mean, were you able to listen to, or there's some lag? मेरे पास लैग आ रहा है, तो आई थॉट कि स्टूडेंट्स के पास तो नहीं है कहीं.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
All right, I think it's okay now.
Yes.
नेट फ्लिकर कर रहा है, वो इश्यू है थोड़ा सा. सही है, ठीक है, गुड. सो गाइस, यू कैन आस्क योर क्वेश्चंस आल्सो. आपको क्या डाउट 1 hour ago, and lots of students got very less percentile, so they got disheartened and they are thinking हमारे cup of tea नहीं है, right? So what would be your guidance for them for the next year, or let's say, because we have snap day after tomorrow, and zat also, right?
Yes, yes.
So
So yeah, for people who didn't get their expected percentiles, I would say, it's tough. I won't be sitting here and saying, "Ki nahi yaar, it's all good," and just brush it up and move forward, because everybody in India, when they think about MBA preparation, they think about CAT. So yeah, I mean, many people wouldn't have got their expected percentiles. But what's important is that now, like, it's all done and dusted. अब result aa chuka hai, and now you can't change it. So what's important, and what's have been taught to me by my parents as well, is that move forward, because there's always a better thing at the end of the road. I like because I also prepared for my JE, and my JE was really bad. I mean, I was very disheartened at that time. I really thought that nothing would happen, and I was not even ready to take a drop and go ahead again. But then at that stage, my parents, like, they really helped me, and I understood that now when I'm like, after 6 to 7 years, when I'm working and everything, I understand that there's always a better thing at the end of the road. So what's important is that now, okay, this is done. Ab aage kya karna hai? Now we need to prepare more for the OMATs, or maybe if somebody wants to take a drop, if he has that kind of perseverance, kini, I want to go to that perfect B school, go ahead and take that drop. Don't think about what outside people are saying. Just, it's important what you feel about yourself. If you feel that there's no one that can stop you, so just keep that thing in your mind, and be mentally strong, and I really think that you'll be able to crack it.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, thank you. So DILR कैसे किया? Utkarsh is asking. कैसे किया आपका?
uh, so DILR is a section which everybody would say it's an unexpected section. You can't even think कि this is a certain topic, उसमें से कोई आएगा. What you need to do is basically you need to try to do as many sets as possible and increase your problem solving skills. I think that's the most important thing that you can do. So DILR mein, the only key here is that you grab a bunch of sets each and every day, and you try to solve them. Even if you're not able to arrive at that answer, that doesn't matter. What matters is that what you're thinking, because ultimately that particular set won't come in the exam as well. But what's important is you have increased your problem solving skills, and at the end of the day, that works. So if you are seriously feeling that your DLR section is lacking, pick 5 to 6 or 4 to 5 sets every day, and you try to do that. So that was my key in the last few, I would say, 45 days. So I used to pick 5 sets each and every day, and I used to go by them, and I would only be able to solve maybe 2 or 3 completely, but then that problem solving skill actually helped me at the D day. So DILR is all about practice, and it's all about increasing your skill. That's it.
Correct. So my question to you is that when you are giving slot 2, right? My slot was also 2. I took catalyzed this time also. So I mean, what was the first set you got?
First set, I think it was that routes and networks wala.
Routes and network wala, right?
Yes,
Which
yes.
are comparatively okay. I mean, uh, how many minutes did you take to attempt or solve that set? And did you attempt it or move on? I mean, when you
No,
are see
I
once,
moved on with that set.
okay. And what
So
was
I saw routes and networks, and I was like, okay, maybe this can be done, but let me check other sets. फिर नीचे scroll करके when I found the DI का set, then I was like, okay, now let's start with this.
you
I
started with
solved that.
DS, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I
So
started with DI.
for learners, the main point which we were talking about for a long time, right? Selection is the key, right? Selecting the right set to start with. So
Correct.
even if the first set you got right, उसको आपने देखा जैसे दिव्यांशु ने किया, so he thought कि हाँ ये थोड़ा सा टफ लग रहा है, let's go to a easier set first. So DI वो definitely वो comparative to others तो काफी easy था वो, once you get the table, so उसके बाद बन जाता था. मेरा तो पहला सेट ही होता, तो इतना टेंशन नहीं था. सो मुझे वो टेंशन नहीं हुई, बट बाकी तीनों सेट्स के कंपैरिजन में तो वो डेफिनेटली काफी ठीक सेट था जो डेफिनेटली करने वाला था, राइट?
Yes.
सो आई देखो वही है, सो फर्स्ट सेट वो आपका थर्ड सेट था, योर सेट और सेकंड
It was third set for
थर्ड
me.
सेट
DI.
आपने
Yes.
फर्स्ट टू सेट छोड़ के थर्ड से आपने स्टार्ट किया. सो मे बी अगर
Yes.
फोर्थ होता यू स्टार्टेड विद फोर्थ कि हाँ मेरे को इन चारों
Yes.
में ये बेस्ट लग रहा है, एंड देन
Hmm.
लेट्स मूव ऑन टू अदर्स. तो ये
Correct.
स्ट्रेटजी वाला पॉइंट आपके लिए बन जाता है फॉर स्टूडेंट्स, ये ना. अगर जैसे जैट अभी बचा हुआ है तो उसमें भी ये बातें ध्यान रखनी है आपको, राइट? उसमें भी डीआई काफ़ी
Yes.
कैलकुलेटिव आता है वैसे भी. ओके.
Correct.
कैन यू प्लीज शेयर सेक्शन वाइज स्कोर एंड परसेंटाइल? याद है? Abhi,
Yes, yes. So I would give you a rundown. So these are all scaled scores. VARC 37.44, that resulted into a 98.69 percentile. DILR, it was scaled down to 30.94, and it's 99.37 percentile in that. And quantitative ability 27.71 was the scaled score. Percentile is 97.72.
okay. Nikhil got his answer. Uh, Banking puzzle will be good for cat or not? Banking puzzle? उत्कर्ष नॉट क्लियर. बैंकिंग पजल कौन सी होती हैं? मैंने तो नहीं सुना. उत्कर्ष, दिव्यांशु आपने सुना कभी?
नहीं.
Okay. How you have started your preparation for this? I think we have covered this. Shruti, you must have joined late. What was the strategy that you have made for all the three sections? कुछ strategy बनाया था दिव्यांशु?
DILR may, I think I already discussed how to
Hmm.
approach that.
Correct.
VARC, I would say that was a place where I was a little bit comfortable. Why? Because I've always been into reading books, so it was not that difficult for me. Just the thing that I needed help in VARC was the techniques, and that reading technique, to how to read quickly and get the important points, because that matters at the end of the day. So that thing I needed help with, so I practiced that a little bit more. So I was a little bit comfortable with that. And quants, it was all about trying to solve as many problems as I can, and practice each and every day. And one more thing which I did was that I didn't some people pick a particular chapter and they're like, nahi ye nahi karte hain, let's go to the end D-day without that. But I tried to complete everything. Why? Because you might get an easy question from that section, and that's an easy +3 for you at the end of the day. So I completed everything. I tried to focus on each and every chapter equally, and just try to improve my approach for solving questions as well. Because एक approach से आप कर सकते हो, then it will take 5 minutes, and then you will find another approach, and it will be like 2.5 minutes for you. So that is a very important thing, because it's all about time. So quants mein, it was all about practicing and then analyzing what you have done, and then go again with it.
Definitely sure. Okay. Sir, ask him for his preparation strategy. I think we have already talked about this. Banking puzzle, if you are saying Utkarsh, so उसमें जो बैंक एग्जाम में यू आर सेइंग राइट, सो बैंक एग्जाम में जो आते हैं दे आर मोस्टली अरेंजमेंट सर्कुलर एंड लीनियर, और वो कैट में कभी कभी आता है राइट. सो उस पर पूरा फोकस नहीं कर सकते हो आप. आई मीन दैट माइट हेल्प बट ओनली टू अ लिटिल एक्सटेंड यू कैन से राइट, क्योंकि कैट का एलआरडी काफ़ी डिफरेंट होता है, तो वो बहुत बेनिफिशियल तो नहीं होगा. करेक्ट. सो ओके, सो एनी अदर क्वेश्चन डू यू हैव गाइस? We have covered all the questions which we can from our end. अब अगर आपके पास कोई स्पेसिफिक डाउट है, you can ask. This is the first session after CAT of this kind, so we will be doing these kind of sessions in upcoming days also. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, जब तक हो जाएगा. As many toppers as we can. Okay. What was your daily VARC routine?
Okay, so daily VRC routine, I would say, first of all, you need to go through the newspaper. No matter if it's not just for VRC, you would have GK in many moments as well, right? So newspaper reading, it's a very important thing. You can go through editorials, you'll get to know more around like what's happening around you. So it'll increase your knowledge and as well as your reading skills. So that thing you can do daily. And otherwise, I used to pick up VRC maybe on alternate days, and mostly I used to solve maybe 1 or 2 RCs each and every day, and would try some VA questions. but I didn't have a specific set routine for VRC. Why? Because I was comfortable, but maybe it's a very subjective thing. You might not be that comfortable, so you need to think about it. If you feel that you need extra effort on it, then please do go ahead and read novels and read as much as possible, and then try to solve few questions as well here and there. And just you need to tailor made your complete strategy about it. So I would say it's a little bit subjective, but yeah, that was my routine.
Correct. Everybody, I mean, it helps definitely. You should prepare your own routine for everyone, right? So, what works best for you, right? वो आपको सोचना पड़ता है. Which IM would you choose if you get call
Uh,
from Blackie? कौन सा IM choose करोगे?
I would go with A, because that's my dream. That has been my dream since I was a child. So it's always A.
Correct. A versus C. A, huh?
Yes.
सही है, ठीक है. All right. Any other question do you have, guys? अभी नहीं आ रहा माइंड में तो you can post in the how much marks you scored. We have already talked about this. Shubham, आप वीडियो एक बार दोबारा देख लेना तो you'll get to know. Did you cover all the chapters for quant?
Yes, I have covered every nook and corner. Whatever is was there in portion, I had to cover that, so I did that.
बिल्कुल वो ज़रूरी भी होता है. I mean there are some chapters और topics जिसमें बहुत कम देखने को मिलते हैं क्वेश्चन, बट जनरली तो कॉमन ही है ना. सो एल्जेब्रा एंड अर्थमेटिक पिछले 5-6 सालों से वैसे ही चलता आ रहा है वो
Yes.
नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, बट उसमें तो सारे ही कवर करने पड़ते हैं, उसको नहीं छोड़ सकते हम. पीएनसी भी देखो आ ही जाता है एक क्वेश्चन तो. आई मीन उसका
Yes.
नहीं है छोड़ने के लिए इनफैक्ट. बारिंग या ट्रिग्नोमेट्री फॉर एग्जांपल शायद एक बार को छोड़ सकते हो. द ओनली पॉइंट इज मतलब क्वेश्चन आए हुए हैं बट 10 साल में एक क्वेश्चन आ गया ऐसा होता है वो चांस
Correct.
की बात.
Yes, and like this time, I feel see it's a low scoring cat, right? People are getting less
या
scores, and they're getting more percentile. So even a +3 can matter a lot in these exams. So even if it's a section which you're not comfortable with, अगर आप basics भी पढ़ के चले जाते हो and you're able to solve that, that matters a lot at the end of the day.
डेफिनेटली. Nagul is asking VRC percentile. It was 98.69. लिख लिया मैंने अब. So I think कुछ लोग अभी ज्वाइन किए हैं तो वो इसलिए वो रिपीटेटिव क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं. Correct. So I think we have covered all the major questions and all, right? Those who have just joined or will be watching the video after this, आप एक बार पूरा देख लेना इसको. You'll get an idea about everything, preparation and strategy also. Correct.
Yes.
And guys, those who have scored good, so you just click on the link which is provided in the description, and there will be Rankers Reward Program. Okay, so go for that. All right. Thank you, Dibyanshu. All the best and congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
We'll see
Yes.
you again.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Sure. Thank you. Bye,
Okay.
everyone.